main focus of Team Fortress 2 is on the classes, and making sure that each of those classes probably had a pretty funny experience in there, whether it's, you know, vehicles flying up in the air or something from explosions and landing on their friend next to them or whatever. There's always something funny that's happened. Fortress 2 have some overarching goal that each team is trying to achieve, and the main reason we do this is to give sort of a range of potential methods of winning. So some of the classes are really good at killing, other classes are better at other things. You know, control points or flags, where one team is trying to get somewhere and hold something while the other team is trying to prevent them. And so that sort of core mechanic is the backbone of all the maps. The actual rules over what happens when the team captures tend to vary almost on every map. So on some maps, for example, one team needs to capture and hold 2 areas, and once they do that, they're then able to start launching an assault on the final. Whereas in another map, it's a linear set of 5 points where each team is trying to capture and push back the other team. And so each
illustrations, the 3D models and shading algorithms in Team Fortress 2 information using rim highlights, as well as variation in luminance and hue by other players in the game, and assess the possible threat. For the architectural elements of the world associated with each of the 2 teams, we define specific contrasting properties. While the red team's architecture tends to use warm colors, wooden materials, and angular geometry, the blue team's buildings are composed of cool colors, industrial materials, and orthogonal forms. We employ an almost impressionistic approach to modeling. This philosophy was also central. The red and blue colors used to paint opposing areas of the game world are analogous to one another as to shade our characters, we combine a variety of traditional and novel lighting terms. Here, this combination of art direction and technology choices has enabled us to create a compelling visual style while serving critical gameplay goals, such as the ability of players to readily identify each other during the fast-paced action of Team Fortress. Game. You can see that guy kind of pops right off the background.
The way the medic works is really interesting and fun, and there's a lot of skill to it, as opposed to just being something which you just run up next to a guy and you heal him, and that's being a medic. We took all these sort of sets of problems, and another big one, of course, being how do we have 9 different classes and make it so that when you see one guy this big on your screen, you can tell which one he is. And we took all those problems, we rolled them up together, and we sat down. Fairly exaggerated, stylistic thing where we can do things like having medic beams full of red pluses flying through the air, and guys sort of almost real-time strategy-like experience is dramatically different than the spot sort of rules about how they work, but they all fit within this concept of attack and defense.
I am heavy weapons guy. And this is my weapon. She weighs 150 kilograms and fires $200 custom tool cartridges at 10,000 rounds per minute. It costs $400,000 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds. Oh my God, who touched Sasha? All right. Who touched my gun? Some people think they can outsmart me. Maybe. Maybe. I've yet to meet one that can outsmart Bullet. Cry some more.